I now invite Dr. Avinandra Gupta. Uh, he is from Faridabad and he is the director of Nayan Jyoti Eye and Laser Center. He has done his fellowship at Arvind Eye Hospital, and Arvinanda is known for his numerous presentations and his publications. He's of course won the Best Video Award at the Euretina, which was held in London. And he's going to talk to us about the Caesar study. Over to you, Avinandra.
Uh, Thank you, Nishikant. Thank you, Pramod sir, and thank you, Intas and AIGS, for giving me this opportunity to present our study. This is first of a kind study that is clinical efficacy and safety of Razumab, and we named this study as Caesar study, our experience with the world first biosimilar ranibizumab. And this was the first publication for Razumab, and the main author is Dr. Lalit Verma. I am the presenting author. It got published in Feb 2021 in IGO. Uh, Coming to the introduction, retinal disease management has witnessed revolutionary advances in pharmacotherapy with the development of biological molecules that inhibit VEGF such as ranibizumab, bevacizumab, aflibercept, brolucizumab in management of AMD, DME, and macular edema due to vascular occlusion. Since anti-VEGF therapy needs repeated injection, so cost effectiveness becomes a major issue. Thereby, cost-effective therapy like Avastin and Razumab, that is biosimilar, became popular. What is a biosimilar? Know what is a biosimilar, we should know what is a biologic. Actually, biologic is a recombinant therapeutic protein that and treat prevents and treat to cure a disease. Recombinant therapeutic protein basically means it's a sequence of amino acids. And as compared to the generic drug, which is a molecule, recombinant therapeutic protein needs recombinant therapeutic protein needs and reactor and genetic recombinant technology where the gene is modified and is injected into a vector, which is actually a bacteriophage, and this bacteriophage infects the E. coli cell line, and the E. coli, the active cell, produces the proteins, and which is then segregated from a pool of secretions and purified. So biosimilar is a biologic that is highly similar to the reference product with no clinically meaningful difference in terms of safety, purity, and potency. So it's almost similar to the innovator product. Uh, the aim of this study was to evaluate the efficacy and safety of Razumab for the treatment of chorioretinal vascular diseases such as diabetic macular edema, CNVM, and macular edema secondary to RVO. The primary the primary outcome, what we measured was uh, the mean change in CDVA, that is the visual acuity, and central foveal thickness from baseline to 1 month and 3 months. The secondary outcome, what was measured was safety of the drug and systemic adverse event during any follow-up visit. CDVA measured by Snellen visual acuity chart was converted to logarithm of the minimal angle of resolution that we call as a logMAR scale for statistical analysis. And central foveal thickness was defined as the distance between the internal limiting membrane and the inner border of retinal pigment epithelium. It was a single center retrospective study done at Center for Sight, New Delhi and Dwarka Center between October 2018 to September 2019. The Institutional Ethics Committee approval was obtained. The population which was chosen was treatment naive patients or previously treated with other anti-VEGF therapy, steroids or laser therapy were included in the study. Patients uh, who didn't follow this parameters, that is 3 months follow-up, dense cataract, corneal opacity, ocular infection, previous vitrectomy, uncontrolled glaucoma, history of MI or cerebrovascular accident were excluded. Coming to the result, the mean number of patients what we had was 153 Uh, 56% were male and 43% was female. DME and AMD accounted for 45.8% of the total number of cases, and RVO accounted for 8.4% of the patients. Treatment naive patients was 80%, and previously treated patient was 20%. If we see the result, this is the mean logMAR of the indication improves significantly from 0.62, that is 0.62 to 0.42 at the end of 3 months post injection, which was statistically highly significant. 45 eyes had gained more than 2 lines of visual acuity of Snell's chart. The CDVA improved in 97% of eyes and remained the same in 55%, 55 eyes and worsened in only one eye. If we look at the central foveal thickness, it was 405 microns, and after 3 months, it reduced to 271 microns. 97 or 63.4% eye had more than 25% reduction in central foveal thickness, and 45.1% eyes showing more than 100 micron decrease in CFT from baseline. After an injection, CFT improved in 96.7% of eyes and worsened in 3.3% of eyes. This is a bar chart. You can see this is mean logMAR chart, and if you can see the blue is baseline, and at 1 month and 3 months there was a drastic improvement in DME cases. This is CNVM, and this is RVO cases. In all the three groups, the logMAR visual acuity improved. This is another bar chart showing CFT. This is the baseline, and you can see after 1 month and 3 months, the vision has, the central foveal thickness has improved. So to come to the discussion, Razumab is the first and the only approved biosimilar to Ranibizumab being used clinically at present. In this study, we have assessed the short-term 3 months clinical efficacy and safety of Razumab in patients with chorioretinal vascular diseases like CNVM, diabetic macular edema, and macular edema due to branch vein occlusion. CDVA or the visual acuity improves significantly as early as 1 month after the administration of biosimilar Ranibizumab. The mean logMAR CDVA improved from baseline 0.6 to 1 month to 0.45 and maintained till 3 months to 0.42. The mean CFT showed significant reduction from baseline 40568 microns to at 286 microns at 1 month and 271 microns at 3 months, which was statistically highly significant. The percentage change in CFT was 29.5% at 1 month and 33.2% at 3 months. In 121 patients treatment naive eyes, the mean CDVA improved significantly from baseline to month 3 in each group. The mean percent of change in CFT was 37% in naive DME eyes, 26.7 in naive CNVM eyes, and 39.6 in naive RVO eyes at the end of 3 months. There was no evidence of toxicity or immunogenicity was noted after intravitreal administration of biosimilar Ranibizumab. None of the eye had IOP more than 20 at day 1. Also, no systemic adverse events were reported up to 3 months follow-up. The findings of this study are consistent with the data reported in ENACT study and by Samira et al. Our study evaluated patients who had received 1 to 3 injections and observed higher mean percentage change in CDVA and CFT at 1 month compared to RENACT study, which showed a change of less than 5% at 1 month. However, at 3 months follow-up, the findings were almost similar between the studies. Regarding safety, both studies reported no evidence of any safety concern. Because of the lower cost, biosimilar reduces the healthcare cost, more accessible and affordable. Biosimilar have advantage in developing countries like India, where insurance companies do not reimburse for anti-VEGF agents, and also we do not have compounding pharmacies, so uh, giving Avastin is a difficult scenario. Insurance company can have significant saving if they approve this drug, saving of 15 to 20% due to multiple injection. Government can also save on the health expenditure because of the lower cost of the drug. So to conclude, biosimilar ranibizumab is a safe and effective low-cost therapy in patients with chorioretinal vascular disease such as DME, CNVM, and macular edema secondary to RVO. The data showed a rapid improvement in CDVA and central foveal thickness in most of the eye, with efficacy observed as early as 1 month and maintained till 3 months. Drug was well tolerated with new safety issues over a period of 3 months. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Avinandra. Super presentation of a very unique study. I think we'll take up with the discussion after we present the other two talks. So, we know that the safety and efficacy of the biosimilars has been now proven and it is fantastic. So it's good for us and we know that we can trust on this molecule. So there has been a shift in the trends in using anti-VEGF